5 years ago, I was just earning £21,000, sharing a flat with my girlfriend and 4 other people, and just like living off Tesco meal deals, you know. And then last week, I literally just quit my £100,000 consulting job. So what the hell happened between those 5 years, right? And that's what I'm exactly gonna do in this video. I'm gonna break down how my salary progressed year on year throughout the last 5 years, from the £21,000 job all the way to 100,000 plus. To be honest, guys, like the money does get better as you climb up that consulting corporate ladder, but so do the expenses. So let's get straight into it, right? So my first job out of university, or out of my master's, as I mentioned in my previous video, was at a boutique consulting firm specializing in TMT. I was making around 21, maybe slightly closer to £22,000 a year. And I mean, like, if you think about it, £21,000 a year is around £1,600 a month after tax, which is not a lot of money if you want to survive and live in London, right? Think about it. I mean, like, I was living in zone 2, so still relatively within London, but I was sharing with 6 other people. The flat itself, I think it was like a 3-bedroom, and I was sharing my own studio room with my girlfriend then as well. It was like a tiny, tiny studio room where only like a bed would fit, and then we had like one desk that we had to share, and obviously like toilets were shared as well. So very, very small room, I would say. And I remember like living on sort of Tesco meal deals for lunch in the office, and for dinner, you know, we used to go to the Sainsbury's, you know, right in front of our flat, and I religiously had the spaghetti bolognese, the ready-made ones, which were, I think, £2.50 or £3 back then. I still remember because like my girlfriend would sometimes not finish the meat from the spaghetti bolognese, and I would like tell her to give me the bolognese because there's extra protein. So anyways, like I still rate them, I still have them, you know, time to time, but I just remember like day after day, it was either that or like some lasagna or like some, I don't know, carbonara or some sort of like pasta related ready-made dishes from Sainsbury's, right? So that was my life, you know, for about 3 to 4 months at that consulting firm. But here's the thing, right? Like I didn't hate that experience, even though I was just on £21,000, because it was my first proper job. So I was coming out of, you know, my master's, I got my proper job, I was actually getting paid. So I was like earning money, I didn't have to rely on my parents anymore. And yeah, fine, like the pay was low, but I was like still living in London, doing lots of stuff on the weekends. I still had energy to do that when I was a bit younger back then. So yeah, honestly, like still felt like a dream. But then actually like 3 to 4 months into that role, I got super lucky because I was able to get into a tier 2 consulting firm, which was then paying me £45,000 in base salary. And now think about that, going from £21,000 to £45,000, my God, like that's double, yeah, more than double the amount of salary, right? And because the tax bracket isn't, you're still not at that top tax bracket yet, like the take-home pay was also like literally double as well. So I felt like, wow, like I'm literally living the London dream right now. I mean, I moved into like a modern, nice flat in, you know, zone 2 again. I was going to like a nicest gym back then. I was like eating out a bit more frequently as well, but also had like benefits such as like dinner stipend and also like Uber back home as well, which, you know, helped save a bit more as well. And I wasn't really being that flashy. Like I didn't, you know, impulse buy some like designer stuff or anything like that. Although that being said, my second year bonus at this tier 2 firm was around £13,000-15,000, so quite chunky actually, like even for like a junior position, because the whole firm actually did super well. I remember still like grinding a lot and working late hours, but like it was worth it in the end. When you see that bonus hit your bank account, you're just like, yep, sign me up for 1 more year, because it genuinely is a lot of money, like at that age as well, right? And then, as I mentioned again in my previous video, I had an opportunity to join, and honestly, there is a reason why they're called, because they do pay the most amount of salary to the grad. Anyways, like I moved and my salary went up a little bit by, I guess 5K to like £55,000 base salary. And honestly, like this is all public information, right? You can find it on Glassdoor, so I'm not leaking any information per se. And yeah, bonus, you know, if you see on Glassdoor levels, FYI, you know that like on average, like you get around, you know, £5,000 to £15,000 of bonus in your first year, you know, which was again good, but it wasn't good as my bonus that I got at my tier 2 company. So, you know, slightly less overall total compensation, but, you know, at that prestige. So it was still feeling amazing, still feeling good. And then second year into my job, I got promoted into a more senior role where I was getting paid around £70,000 of base salary. and my bonus was I think it was like 15 or like 16,000 pounds for the year, which again was like solid, you know, almost at 100k total compensation mark, which was, you know, still amazing. And yeah, like life was good. Like I had bought a flat, and my mortgage rate was back then still like 1.5%, so I was only paying about 1,600, 1,700 pounds a month in mortgage until 2023-ish, when then the mortgage, you know, skyrocketed back up to, I had to like remortgage at like 6.2%, which was actually crazy. Like it was outrageous, and my mortgage payments like almost doubled, which still haunts me to the day. And honestly, like if I didn't get the promotion afterwards, so I like after my second year, my third year, I got a promotion again, and my base salary then jumped to around 100,000 pounds. And if I didn't get that promotion, oh my, like I would have really struggled, because how was I gonna pay 3,000 pounds ish worth of mortgage like every single month, right? On a 70k salary. And I know like some of you might say, oh, like how ungrateful are you? You know, 70k is still a high salary. And yes, it is, but the mortgage came in, and I guess like, you know, no one else to blame. It's like, you know, for me to blame that I didn't lock it in for 5 years. But at the same time, like on 70k, I was maybe taking home 4k, you know, 4.5k. Imagine 3k of that goes out as a mortgage payment. You're cooked, right? You're cooked. So if I didn't get that promotion, I don't even know what I would have done. Anyways, like I did get the promotion, and my base was around 100,000 pounds. And yeah, bonus was between 25,000 pounds, I think. Yeah. So total compensation around 125,000 pounds, which is very solid, right? It's like a point where you start to feel like, okay, I'm making decent enough money in London. Once you get past that 100,000 pound mark, I feel like you care a bit less about the money you spend on a day-to-day basis. So before, when I was on like 50k, when I go to not a fancy but like a decent restaurant, I might have a look at the price and think twice before ordering. But now, like anything under sort of, 80, 100 pounds, I just pay. Like it won't affect my bank account that much, right? And that being said, I'm not going out every single day paying for like £100 meals, right? This is like on the weekends when I do go out for dinner. It's like I don't have to think about it as much anymore, which was like a very nice, privileged, position to be in, right? And obviously I know that. And then yeah, like lastly, year 5 of consulting, I didn't get promoted this year, but I did get a slight salary bump. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, like overall total compensation probably remained around similar, like 125, 135,000 pounds. It could be higher for, top performers, but I wasn't the top performer, to be honest. Now, actually, my income is 0. So essentially I went from 21,000 pounds, 45,000 pounds, 50,000, and then 55, 70, 100, and then like, okay, 135, and then now to 0. And if I look back to the journey that I've been through, right, from 21,000 pounds to 125, 135,000 pounds, honestly, I guess like, yes, the money did change my life. I'm definitely living a more comfortable life right now. But that being said, like, there were obviously sacrifices too, right? I've definitely aged. I don't know if you guys can tell from my previous videos to now. I've definitely aged. I obviously had to grind late nights, do long hours as well. A lot of pressure as well, especially like working at like tier 2 or MBB firm. There's a lot of pressure as well. And obviously, yeah, lots of past abilities in the early days to build that foundation too. Yeah, now I guess like I'm back to square 0. Is that how you say it? I'm building something new. So case study with my best friend Ali. We're trying to create a platform to help out students like yourselves watching this potentially that might want to experience the same or even faster type of salary progression that I've seen. It's possible in consulting if you do break in. So yeah, stay tuned for more of that information. And yeah, honestly, like if you are curious about how to break into consulting, how to grow your income, or maybe escaping the grind like me eventually, well, stay tuned and hit the subscribe button right now, because I'll be coming back for more. Lastly, thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments section what your dream salary is, or what salary do you think is, I guess, livable in London, and what salary will allow you to live luxuriously in London. Obviously, everyone has different opinions, but I'd love to hear from you guys too. So thank you so much.